Hi, crafting friends. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I can't wait to show you today's video. I've been working hard on creating a very special gingerbread village using almost exclusively Dollar Tree products. This was one of my favorite projects, and I think you're going to enjoy it too. So please join me as we travel into a very special and delightful little village made of gingerbread. To begin, from Dollar Tree, you'll want to purchase some of their little village houses. They have them every year. These are from last year. To prime them, I use the Rust-Oleum 2x Ultra Cover. It gives them a nice even coat. Here's a little specialty item I bought from Amazon to decorate. After spray painting them outside with good ventilation, you'll have a nice even coat. Spray paint works best if you use short bursts and shake the can in between. This is what the houses look like before I primed them. And you can see each one has a very charming little design. There's quite a bit of intricacy in the pattern and in the texture. And the primer coat works really well to give you that blank canvas for decorating your gingerbread houses. I let the primer coat dry overnight before mixing together classic caramel and brown nutmeg apple barrel paint colors. Any colors will work as long as they have the appearance of the gingerbread color. So I'm just mixing those two together, and I'm going to use this paintbrush to apply my first coat. You can see that the first coat goes on very thin and kind of blotchy. It actually takes about 3, in some cases even 4 coats of paint to get a nice smooth finish with an opaque coverage. The paint works really well. This is a really fun project. It does take some time though, because you do want to let each coat of paint dry thoroughly in between. And using a little dryer, I have a heat gun from Amazon, does hasten that drying process. In some cases, I left the roofs white, and in some cases I decided to paint the entire house. You can see now that I'm adding this third coat, the finish has become much more even, and it really does start to look like a little gingerbread house. Using the heat gun really does hasten that drying process. And I want to let you in on a little secret. I did try using a spray paint to spray paint one of the houses, and honestly, that was a big time saver. Look at this beautiful finish. After that white primer had dried, I sprayed this one, and I think the result is beautiful. This is the color that I used. It's Rust-Oleum, and you can see from the color of the lid, it looks just like gingerbread. The color is satin warm caramel. Now I'm using the Tulip puff paint, and this is the best one I've found to create the look of icing. You can make any different design patterns that you like. You really can't go wrong. Here you see I'm just doing some lines, which I will cross over. And in other cases, I did the roof lines with scallops and dollops, and you'll see all the different ways that your imagination will take you. You can use any kind of sprinkles or glitter or bling that you want on these houses, and adding an adhesive coat. In this case, I'm using a metallic paint that has a nice adhesive quality. So on this, I'm going to add some more of my fine glitter. I purchased the very fine glitter in the pink and in the white colors from Amazon. Dollar Tree has all kinds of bling and glitter and adhesive beads that you could use as well. And you'll see in some of the other houses, I do use some of those. But here I'm just adding some more of that adhesive and sprinkling on this very fine glitter to add some more sparkle and shine. Now I'm using some gold rub and buff to highlight the contours of this angel, as well as to paint a gold cross. I'm making this gingerbread house into a charming little church. I used some hot glue to attach that angel medallion as well as the cross to the top. Dollar Tree sells some very nice little wooden crosses in a sticker package as well. Here you see a gold key that's a part of a collection from Totally Dazzled. I'm going to use hot glue to just attach it to the front there so that it goes in front of that entry. I thought that the key would be a beautiful way to symbolize God's welcome to us all into that privileged place made sacred by a sense of God's presence. Using simple embellishments on these little houses enables you to create all kinds of charming places. Here you see the church. I also made this one into a house that's just very cheerful with all its glitter and sparkle. I'm attaching a little gingerbread person to the front door. That was part of that little collection I showed you at the beginning of the video, and it had so many cute gingerbread and bakery themed buttons, which work really well as embellishments. I'm just using again some hot glue to attach the little gingerbread to the front there, and I think that's the final touch. Creating this little bakery was so much fun, and that little collection of buttons made it so charming. I used, as you see, the gingerbread. I also put the little rolling pin under the windows over that awning that I painted red, and now I'm attaching some little hot mitts to the hands. They were part of that collection as well, and if you can see, there's a cookie with a bite out of it under the awning. Now you're wondering, what is this pile of fluff? This styrofoam board came out of a packing box, and I'm using this lovely, soft, snowy layer that I did buy through Amazon, and I'll give you that information in the comments. But what I'm doing is creating the base for our village. As we prepare to create our gingerbread village, I want to just take a moment, if you're new, to introduce myself. My name is Lisa, and again, welcome. And I would so appreciate if you leave a comment in the section below. I love to get to know this community, and I feel very blessed when I get such warm, life-giving kinds of comments. Now we'll dive in. You see here I have a styrofoam board as well as a lid from a box I had received. I'm using a string of lights. Dollar Tree sells lights as well as Amazon and just about anywhere else. You can get these little string lights that are battery operated, and you can see that I'm just arranging them in a way that will illuminate our snowy blanket from underneath. I've made this into 2 tiers, but depending on how many houses you create, you could make more. Using differing heights for your display adds a lot of visual interest. Think about how snow falls and drifts, and that's the effect I'm trying to create as I arrange this blanket. Now I'm putting the church in the upper tier, and then I'm going to add the other houses on that lower section. And now it's time to add all the little figurines, which will bring our little gingerbread village to life. Dollar Tree this year has some really pretty little figurines. The ones I'm using are from last year, and these new ones are really charming. Some of these are just so cute. Here you see I began by adding in some of the fencing, and I think that just gives it a nice definition. I also added into the churchyard a little nativity set that was a gift to me many years ago. It was a little handmade set. You could find miniature nativities or even fashion one of your own using the air dry clay. Dollar Tree sells the little pine trees in all different sizes, and they work so beautifully as a backdrop for your little houses. I have some of these that I bought in sets of 3 from the Dollar Tree. They also sell them singly in larger sizes if you prefer that. Here's one of the little cobblestone sets from last year with the baking theme, so I added the baker holding his loaf of bread. I especially liked the father holding the little boy up to put the star on the Christmas tree, and I thought that would be pretty to position next to the church. These really are so much fun to arrange your setting, and there's just countless ways to do it. I added a lamppost, a snowman, and I also added in some of the pink frothy trees that are also sold at the Dollar Tree. Here you see a little person next to a small tree. He's got a stack of packages, and there's the baker with the loaf of bread. Here I added some little wreaths I had onto the fences. adding that fence behind the churchyard, I think adds a beautiful dimension to that snowy scene. I also sprinkled on top some of the Dollar Tree snow that comes in a little package. That added a pretty shimmery look, and I think really does evoke the look of fresh fallen snow that often has that crystal kind of appearance. The lights from within really do enhance that appearance. And I added some big puffy white pom-poms just to look like round snowballs. There's the man holding the little boy, adding the star to the Christmas tree. And again, our lovely angel and church front in that snowy setting. There's Santa Claus all ready to make his surprise visits. And this little welcome to the North Pole sign also came as part of that cobblestone figurine collection. I'll be making a lot more gingerbread-inspired crafts, and I do have previous videos in which I design other kinds of gingerbread houses, all using Dollar Tree doll houses and wooden blanks. On this illuminated gingerbread DIYs video, you can find on my playlist, I designed this one to be three-dimensional and I lit it from within. Here I used the icing effect and lots of glitter with Santa Claus and his sleigh perched on the rooftop. For the backdrop, I used a wooden cutout tree from Michael's, and I decorated it using one of the Dollar Tree wall tiles that I painted and adorned with little gingerbread men and packages below. In this snowy yard, the reindeer are frolicking and the house is twinkling with a battery-powered candle that I inset into that three-dimensional design. Thank you for joining me on this video. I have lots more upcoming. Until then, take care and God bless.